Hello, welcome to WoFoy TV. Thank you for stopping by my channel to watch my videos. If you're new to my channel, please hit the subscribe button so that you'll be alerted whenever I drop a new video. But if you've been coming here and you have never subscribed, please hit the subscribe button so that you will officially be part of the WoFoy TV family. When you click on my YouTube video link or when you come to my channel page, you just click on subscribe. If you have not signed in, it will prompt you to sign in. So you just sign in with your Gmail, login information, your Gmail username or email address, and then your password. Then you can click on subscribe and be part of the WoFoy TV family. Thank you so much for doing this. Today I wanted to talk about those of you who have been selected for the DV lottery, but you have large families, or you have small children who are still in school, or children who are just young, too young, and you don't want to come to America with your entire family. All right. And here, when I talk about family, I'm talking about the parents, their children. All right. Because in DV lottery, you can only qualify, only your spouse and your children are eligible to come with you. Your children who are under the age of 21, okay? So there are some of you who have been selected and you may have 4 children or 5 children or 6 children. And I know how difficult it will be to even find a host family to take you and your large family, because there are people who are just single and they're trying so hard to get a host family, because as you all may be aware that COVID-19 global pandemic, a lot of people have lost their jobs. A lot of people haven't been able to go back to their jobs. So for anybody to take in you and your large family might be a huge responsibility, or a huge, will cause a huge financial restraint. All right. So the fact that you've been selected for the DV lottery, or you were able to go for an interview and be successful in your interview, doesn't mean that you have to bring your family with you. When you get your visa and come to the United States, you can always petition to bring your family after you are settled down. Okay. The reason why some people, it might be a good thing for you to come alone, or let part of your family stay back home and you come alone, is that, and I'm just going to give you some few reasons. The first thing is that you're coming into a new environment. There's a difference when you a mom or a dad, you're coming here and you're trying to find your bearings. All right. This is a whole different environment compared to what we are used to in our small countries. Okay. So when you imagine you're adapting and adjusting to a different environment, and then you're bringing children too. So for some people, it's better that they come alone and then have the children join them later after they are settled in. Because imagine when your children come and you are both learning new things. Okay. But when you are settled in a little bit, you know how to navigate around. You have your job. You are able to go to work and come back, and you know how to manage your lifestyle. Then you can let your children come in. Okay. The second reason is that some of you may have very young children, very young, like little kids. In America, unlike, back home in Africa or other parts of the world, where you can leave your children with somebody, like you can leave your children with a neighbor and just go to work, and your neighbor can watch it. That is not the case in America, because when you come to America, there are people who are crazy. That I'm going to be honest with you guys. There are some people who are crazy, who abuse your children, who might kidnap your child, who might, sometimes even worse things can happen to your children. So here you cannot just leave your children with somebody. Okay. And then you would think, okay, well, I can let my children stay in the house and then, tell them to behave and then leave them and go to work. Well, when your children are at home unattended or unsupervised by an adult, if somebody finds out, they can call the police, or they can call Child Protective Services, and they can take your children from you. They can take your children from you and hand them over to somebody who can be more responsible for the upkeep of your children. All right. The other thing is that, when you're here in America, there are a lot of electronics that are inside the house. There are a lot of safety things that are in the house. Okay. I remember when I was growing up, in my household, we didn't have like a gas oven. All right, we didn't have a gas oven in the house. So if my parents were to leave me in the house and go out, they know that I'm not gonna set fire. But here, every home has, gas oven, and sometimes it just takes a little turn of the knob to turn the gas on. Sometimes it just takes a little act by your child to turn your house into a disaster that could put their lives and the lives of the people in the neighborhood in danger. Okay? So things are not like back home, how, things you have like small and minor crimes, things that are happening to your child. Sometimes, like back home, when you leave your child with your neighbor, the worst that could happen is that your child just, like ran and fell. But here, that could mean your child turning on the stove and then opening the propane gas and, the house, catching fire. Or your child plugging an electronic and then dropping it in the bathtub. So a lot of these things makes it not safe for you to leave your child at home, because you never know something that might pique the child's interest for them to go and push something that will put their life in danger. So these things, you cannot do that. And when you have a child, you still have to work. So do you take your child to work with you? And there are not many places that you can do that. All right, so that is one reason. All right. Another reason too is that when you're coming to the United States and you have children, you might want to get child care. All right. So child care, sometimes the child care might be very expensive too. Child care may charge maybe like $10 an hour. Like for somebody to babysit, might charge like $10 an hour to up to $25 or $30 an hour. Right? Maybe your job is only paying you $15, $13 an hour. And the babysitter is charging you $10 an hour or $12 an hour, $15 an hour. So in the end, you go to work and you only get $3 of your money because you're paying somebody to watch your child, right? And then some of you will ask that, what about government assistance and all that? Remember that many of you, during the DV lottery process, you have to get a sponsor. All right, so this sponsor will be on the hook if you go and take government assistance, and most Americans will encourage you to go and take it, but remember that you have somebody acting as a guarantor for you. All right, somebody guarantee that when you come, you will not become a financial burden on Americans. You will not become a financial responsibility of the American government. And so it makes you quickly, the moment you get here, you're quickly running to go and get government assistance. You put the other person in a bad position, because now they're going to take the money that you're getting from that person. Meanwhile, that person may already be struggling. You don't want to do that for somebody who helped you, who put their head on the line for you. Okay? So because of these reasons, if you feel that bringing your whole family to the United States, your children to the United States, your large family to the United States, all at once may hinder you, then you can come, early on and have the rest of your children come and join you. And then one more thing that I even didn't add is that some of you, your children may be in school, okay? So do you want to pull them out of school and bring them to America, or you want them to continue the school to a certain point when you are adjusted before you bring the children here? Do you want to do that? Or so these are things that you need to consider. All right. So some of you may not know this, or you may not think through this, because it's like, oh, I'm going to get an American visa and I'm taking all my children with me. So you are not thinking deeper about the consequences of that, decision that you're about to take. So if you and your husband are coming, then at least you can manage it. One person may be home with the children, maybe during the day, and then another person work, and you rotate, like you do that shift rotation. So one of the adults will go to work, and then the other will be at home with the children. And then when the other person who went to work comes home, the other person can go. So somebody will work in the morning, somebody can work at night, so that there's always an adult present with your children. Okay. So guys, if you have not thought about this, then please think about this before you bring your family. If you have a large family, if you have young children, if you have children who are going to school, make sure that you are thinking deep about this before you submit your DS260. And okay, all right, so guys, this is where I'll end this. Thank you so much for sticking around and watching my videos. Please check out my other videos about finally coming to America when you have your visa. I talk about certain things. Don't become a drag mule. Regret being kind to people at the airport. I've made videos, so many videos about a lot of things. So guys, you can watch them and learn as much as you can. Please subscribe. Share my videos with your friends and family so that they can also find out about the green card lottery. It's the American green card lottery. All right, guys. If you want to know more about the green card lottery process, join my Facebook groups: Green Card Lottery Africa, Green Card Lottery Ghana, Green Card Lottery Winners. All right. Share with your friends. Let them join my groups. They can learn as much as they want about the green card lottery process. And then if you want to know anything about the immigration process, then you join the Moving to America /WoFoy TV. Thank you so much for sticking around watching my videos. I'll see you guys on my next video. Bye bye.